Last night I was just hanging around my RV minding my own business when all of a sudden I heard a noise, and it was water leaking from my AC unit. And before you start questioning how much money that's going to cost me, I'm going to tell you it's not going to cost me anything because I know how to fix it and address it myself. So, next time your AC starts leaking, follow these steps and we'll save you some money. Some important information before we get started. You have to disconnect your power before you start doing maintenance on the AC. It's a lot safer to do that. You have two power sources to disconnect, your 110 volt and your 12 volt. 110 volt is your shoreline power. So disconnect that first. Now for the 12 volt, I'm going to go to my battery disconnect switch. If you do not have one of these, you can disconnect it at the battery terminal. So you see it says battery on, battery off. I'm going to turn this off, just like that, and now the 12 volt electrical is no longer running to anything inside the RV. Okay, I'm up on the roof. I have removed the shroud and the casing for this, and you can check out my video about AC maintenance to see more in depth about that process, opening all of this up. I've removed the side of this so that the coil is loose. You can see it wiggle right there. This is the coil, and this little wired prong here is the thermistor. The thermistor helps keep this coil from freezing. I'm going to unplug it so that it doesn't bend the fins when I'm moving this. We need to loosen this in order to access the drain pan underneath. One side of this coil is loose, and the other side has a few attachments. So I'm going to carefully lift up mostly on the loose side and pull the drain pan out. As you can see, this drain pan is full of gunk. This is most likely why the water wasn't draining from these drain holes. So I'm going to clean this out. Now that I've cleaned it out, it took a lot of elbow grease, and I think it's as good as it's going to get. Now I need to reinstall this drain pan. Always lift this carefully and avoid bending the fins, and allow it to seat nicely back into the drain pan. Now I'm going to plug the thermistor back in, and at this point it is time to reassemble the AC unit. If you have cleaned out your drain pan and are still having issues with leaking from your AC unit, it could be another issue. It is always important to make sure that your RV is level. Sometimes if it is not level, water will not flow off the way it needs to, and also sometimes if it is not level, the drain holes will not drain appropriately. So also check for the gasket underneath the air conditioner to make sure that it is not too tight, and also to make sure that there is not debris or stuff gunking it up that created a way for water to get underneath that. And additionally, always check your roof. See if there's any issues with damage on the roof. Make sure your lap sealant is good, and double check that there aren't any sagging spots that would create water that is pooling up there. I hope that was helpful. If you want to learn how to do rough maintenance on your AC unit, watch my video.